Well, I think this could be not a horrible idea. It is probably very horrible people that are doing it, but the idea itself might not be bad. Coming from CNBC, Anthropic teams with Goldman, Blackstone, and others on $1.5 billion AI venture targeting private equity-owned firms. So this is very interesting in many ways. One of the things I've been talking about with artificial intelligence for a while now is that most people don't know what the hell to do with it. It's kind of like, remember when blockchain came out? You know, blockchain was going to be the future, right? Blockchain was going to change the world. And the problem is, most of us in the technology world actually didn't know what the hell to do with blockchain. Right? You give us MySQL, you give us MariaDB, you give us MS SQL, you give us MongoDB. We can come up with solutions relatively quick. You give us blockchain, and it's 2026. I'm a bit at a loss of what I would actually use blockchain for. I think the only thing that I would envision using blockchain for in the real world is if I had systems that had to be audited to like 0.999 whatever to whatever degree. I could see having a private blockchain system with an API that allowed basically services to connect to it. So basically, once anything got logged to the blockchain, right, that is immutable so that it can be audited, right, in the future. But I wouldn't really want this massively distributed database system because there's all kinds of stupid problems with that, right? And again, that's one of the things I argued about with blockchain years ago is I'm not saying that there's no use for blockchain. There's just simply not a lot of uses for blockchain. The issue that we're getting into in the AI world, one of the things that kind of horrifies me is I'm starting to find out what people get paid for. Like seriously, right? So I go to all these AI meetups and things, and people are showing what they're using AI for. And then I sit there and I'm like, wow, okay, that's technically interesting. It's technically interesting that artificial intelligence does this. But then it gives the output. And do you know what I'm horrified about? I'm horrified anybody is paying somebody six figures for that kind of output. Whether it comes from AI or whether it comes from a human being, the actual end product is pretty stupid and worthless. This is one of the things I've talked about for a long time now, for a little while, is this whole idea I'm really warming up to, is this concept of the cargo cult bureaucracy. Right? Nowadays, we're having this argument about do you want to have bureaucrats or technocrats running your cargo cults? Right? Because think about this. When you're going to create the airfield for your cargo cult, I mean, you want to make sure that airfield is zoned appropriately. You want to make sure that airfield has the right permits. You want to make sure that you do the environmental studies on your cargo cult airport to make sure you don't wipe out some kind of endangered species. Right, when people are building your cargo cult airport, you want to make sure they have workman's comp. You want to make sure the dispatches and the reports are coming in an appropriate fashion. Right, think about all the bureaucracy required in order to build a cargo cult, and I think that's what gets me really worried right now. Because if you looked at a bureaucrat or a technocrat for a cargo cult, and basically you were talking about how worthless their work is, they would take that as if they're not doing work. Are you calling me lazy? I work 80 hours a week getting this cargo cult, airport up and running. How dare you, sir? And that's one of the things that I get worried about right now when I look at so many employees is they're basically cargo cult bureaucrats. The work that they're doing, I'm not saying they're not doing work. They might be working 80 hours a week, but it is so the output for so many of these people is worthless, quite literally, right? So one of the big issues that you see with artificial intelligence is this whole question of is AI really bringing value to organizations, or is AI streamlining the efficiency of creating worthless output? Right? And that's a big issue, right? As I've talked about before, OpenAI, this is the year of productivity because even Sam Altman realizes that most people don't actually know how to make AI productive. So how, again, OpenAI is is supposed to be $1 trillion company. Anthropic is going to be $1 trillion company. SpaceX is going to be a $1.722 trillion company. That is $4 trillion in just 3 AI companies for them to produce products most people don't actually know the value of. That's a bad sign. That's a bad sign. So what looks like is happening here is Anthropic and these private investment groups are getting together basically to create a venture. And then what private equity is going to do is they're going to force the employees at the companies that they own to use AI so that they figure out some use case for this crap, which is going to be interesting. The other thing too with this, which is kind of curious, is I've read other stories with the private equity firms in this venture, and there's this weird thing. And again, one of the issues we have right now with AI, to be clear, is not the technology, right? Neural networks are fine. It's the whole business. So apparently with this too, is when these venture firms, as far as I've been able to tell, when these venture firms force the companies that they own to buy, because it's not just use, right? They have to buy the licenses. The venture equity firms actually get a commission kickback. I don't want to say kickback. Kickback might be illegal. They get like a commission. So think about it. Again, this is the world of AI right now. So you're a private equity firm. You own all of these companies. You force these companies to buy the Anthropic subscription. And then when the companies buy the Anthropic subscription, not the companies, but the PE firm itself then gets a commission off of those sales. Yeah, this is going to end well. This is going to end well. But anyways, if we take a look at this, we can see. Anthropic said Monday it is partnering with private equity giants Goldman Sachs and Blackstone to launch a $1.5 billion firm aimed at speeding the adoption of AI across hundreds of companies. The new entity, formed alongside the San Francisco-based PE firm Hellman and Friedman and backed by a group of asset managers including Apollo and General Atlantic, will deploy Anthropic's Claude AI model directly inside businesses, starting with companies owned by the investment firms. So that's a big thing, right? They own these companies, so they can force these companies to do things. Executives say the effort is designed to tackle a growing bottleneck in the AI boom, the scarcity of experts capable of implementing the technology inside real-world operations. Quote, there's a big shortage of people who know how to apply these tools into businesses and then transform them. Mark Nachman, Goldman's global head of asset and wealth management, told CNBC. Rather than acting as a traditional consulting firm, the venture, which hasn't yet been named, will embed engineers inside companies to redesign workflows and integrate AI into core processes. Quote, having the model alone doesn't change your workflows or how you operate, which is correct. He said, quote, you need people who can combine the technology with what's actually happening in the business and implement those changes. Goldman and its partners expect to use their own portfolio companies as an initial proving ground for the new platform before targeting other mid-sized companies, especially in the PE-owned universe of healthcare, manufacturing, financial services, retail, and real estate sectors. Quote, we think there's a lot of value with this new entity can bring to companies to help transform them, Nachman said. Obviously, we're going to use it a lot at our portfolio companies. So yes, the P&E companies are coming together. Again, creating this agreement with Anthropic. Who knows how the money changes hands with this? And then they're going to be forcing their companies in order to use these AI services. When I think about this, I think about things like leveraged buyouts. So what leveraged buyouts is with these private equity firms is where they force the company that they're purchasing to take out a massive amount of debt to basically pay for the purchase. Then the private equity firms come in, they basically ransack the company for all the value that's there, and then the company goes bankrupt, right? Think about companies like companies like Toys R Us and that type of thing, right? So again, in the P&E, the private equity world, things like leveraged buyouts and the absolute disaster that comes with many of these leveraged buyouts makes just 100% sense to them. So one of the questions here is if they have a way to basically extract more money out of these companies, right? So, because again, when you think about these corporate structures, again, there's profit and how everything goes. So the P&E firms may not be able to simply extract money directly from the company. They might not be able to go to the company that they own and say, hey, give us $200 million more, right? That might not legally work out. But here's the thing. If the private equity firm forces the company to purchase Anthropic services for, let's say, $1 billion, and then Anthropic provides the P&E firm a commission of 25%, that then means a P&E firm just walked away with $250 million in extra money that they're able to extract out of the company that they own because they forced them to buy artificial intelligence. And that's where, like I said, with so much of this AI stuff, it is so frustrating. Whether we see Microsoft or whether we see Meta, right, where they're basically forcing employees to use AI, right? Employees now at these companies are literally being tracked and measured on whether or not they use AI, not whether or not they increase the speed of resolving problems, not whether or not they decrease the number of bugs found in production software, not semantic analysis on how happy people are with the products that these people are using. No, they're just pushing people to use AI, because, right? That's one of the big things that's getting pushed out there. One of the big things now too is with token maxing, right? We've heard this from Jensen Huang, where all of your developers need to be giving 50% of their salary in tokens, right? $150,000 a year to your senior dev just for token utilization, right? They want to see how many tokens you're using. Again, what is the value of token maxing? Like how does the number of tokens equate to profitability? Spoiler, it doesn't. It just fucking literally doesn't, right? But that's what the cool kids are doing. And so now you have the private equity firms coming in, and basically they're going to be forcing their companies to use this AI. Is the AI going to make them more efficient? Who knows? Is the AI actually going to do valuable things? Who knows? Does it sound like they're probably going to be getting a commission when they force their companies to use AI? Sounds like they probably will, right? And so that's where we see with this AI, right? There's the technology, and then there's whatever the hell else is going on. And with so much of what is going on right now is just financial machinations, that type of thing. It's not actual real value. So anyways, we're going to see this go forward, and we're going to see where it ends up. Probably will not end up well, but again, the P&E partners will probably do fine. Right? Your local vet, all the local vets in your area may jack up their prices by 500%. Right? Your dog may not be, you may not be able to afford, the rabies vaccine for your dog. But at least the P&E partners, they will have their gazillions of dollars. And that's basically what we're dealing with right now. So anyways, what do you think about this? What do you think about Anthropic getting in the bed with all of these private equity ventures? What do you think about the private equity ventures basically forcing their companies to use the products? On one hand, that could be good because you're forcing the companies to use the product, right? You're forcing their push into the future. On the other hand, if you actually haven't proved the value of these products yet, is that a good way to go? I don't know. Put your thoughts down below. If you like listening to these videos or whatever, do remember they are now on Spotify and iTunes podcasts, and the link for those is in the doobly-doo. And with that, see y'all later.